Yeah, so today we are joined by John Mwazemba, who is or was the regional director of Oxford University Press. Before that, he was the CEO of Phoenix Publishers. And if you read the Saturday Nation, you may have found his column there, where he does reviews of books and also looks into certain socio-political realities and so on. Karibu sana John.
Asante.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have had a storied life, I would say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you came, you saw, you conquered.
Maybe.
Eh?
Maybe I don't think I've conquered yet. I think
I'm
still on the adventures.
You're still on the adventures.
Yeah.
There's this thing you say. There are two types of stories. A man
goes on a journey.
Yes.
Or a stranger comes to town.
Or a stranger comes to town.
Yeah, that's Tolstoy.
How would you define your life? According to that proverb.
No, I think the stranger comes to town is when you are beginning a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say that I've had 22 years in the publishing industry.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've embarked since May on a new journey.
Or is a stranger comes to town when you're starting a new thing, or is a stranger comes to town a story of the community facing disruption?
No, I think it's both. Both, because a stranger is somebody who is not.
Because if you're starting a new thing, it's you leaving your comfort zone, so you leave home.
Yeah, you go on a quest.
Yeah, you go on a quest.
On a quest. Yeah. It can be both, because in the end, provided you find yourself in territory that is enchanted, then you're like a stranger. I can say that was me, like the day I left Oxford University Press. You know, I've been doing this, I've been in the corporate world. So now out there, I'm like a stranger in that sense.
A wanderer?
Yes, a wanderer and a vagabond on earth until you find your place.
I know you like using, is it metaphors or archetypes?
Yes.
So do you feel like Cain or more like those wandering prophets?
I think now I feel
like Elisha.
I think now I feel grounded, because I had like two parallel identities. I was a corporate leader, but I was also a writer and an editor, which are skills that ran concurrently. So I kind of eased into one when this other one, just moved from corporate and put on other hat. It's like I've been putting on two hats. I've been writing for that column. I've been writing in that as a contributor for the Saturday Nation now for 21 years, since 2004. I remember my first article was on the George Bush election, and it was a letter to the editor. Can't remember the content now, but that's my first day to be published in the Nation. I was like, whoa, because I received calls from like all over. I'd been writing elsewhere, but I think that was a major thing for me. And then I said, this is one of the things I want to do. So as I was pursuing my career in publishing, in editing and rising through the ranks, it was also a declared conflict of interest that I write. So when my life in the corporate world came to an end, my season rather, came to an end, I just moved into another identity. So I've not had an identity crisis.
Okay.
Fortunately.
All right.
So I don't feel like a vagabond. I feel like I am settling in a new area.
So now you're a writer.
Yes, I'm doing more writing. Yes.
And an editor.
And editing also I do. Though editing I do for bread. Writing I do for my soul. Yes.
Okay. How did you come into now the business of publishing? How did you get into the industry? From now that time when in 2004 you are writing letters to the editor. So probably you are in the fringes, right?
No. I was actually already an editor at Macmillan.
Okay.
So as I was an editor at Macmillan, I was also writing.
All right.
Yeah. So writing is not considered a big conflict of interest. It's more of like, expressing yourself. So my boss that time allowed me to just, write. So I was doing that as I was also editing.
So you were an editor first, and then you became a writer?
No. I think I was a writer first before I became an editor, because even in campus, a friend of mine was reminding me that there's an article I wrote about nostalgia in the year 1999. We are old people. And
so
my friend George Ogutu,
okay,
he was reminding me that there's an article I wrote, I think in 1999 in the university, and he still remembers it, what that article did to him.
That's exactly what I was telling you about, the one you wrote about nostalgia in 2013.
Yeah, even that. It's an interesting thing, because he was telling me I had written much about Taita, and he was even trying to tell me what was the story about, but I couldn't remember. But he was saying that it resonated so deeply with him, and he could see his, he comes from Mula, I think, and he could see it. He could see, Western Kenya. He could see, and that gave me some pause, because the first person to tell me that, and you've told me that today. And I had a friend of mine called Emmanuel Win also told me some other time that there's some articles I wrote since campus, and they still kind of haunt them. So I wasn't an editor at that time. I was training to be an editor, but I was already writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you to have been writing so potently, from the very beginning, you must have been reading some really deep writers from the very beginning.
Not deep. I think the deep writers came later. But there's something about writing and reading that has surprised me, is that they're like kindred spirits or kindred souls. There are people that it's like walking into a park and then finding your relatives there. So in art, because there's some books and authors have struggled reading, and the others that come so easy and so natural. So I have been reading, yes, but I've been reading particular kind of authors. If somebody is talking about nostalgia and struggle and alienation, and that person is more likely to hit, my soul more than any other person. Which I don't know whether it's the way my makeup. Yeah, but so I was reading those kinds of things. Some of them are not really.
It's a very European theme, right? Those.
Really, I'm not sure.
I wonder if you could mention, how many writers are writing that? Are our writers writing in that frame as well?
Tony Mochama, yes.
Yeah. What about Mejamwange?
Mejamwange, yes.
I read Cockroach Dance last year, and going down River Road rereading, and I remember thinking, especially Cockroach Dance, it feels like reading Franz Kafka.
Yeah.
Those themes, what you've said, alienation, all those things.
Actually, I wrote an article and I was so honored because Mejamwange wrote to me from Germany.
Okay.
And he sent me, something by email. And I consider him one of the, icons, because going down River Road, and especially Kill Me Quick, is totally devastating. Totally. And for me, because I came to Nairobi that time, and I was living in Uthiru, and I was walking all the way from Uthiru to town and back, I really identified with Major and Maina. Because here are young people who are from the village. They have come to town. They're not living well. They have not found jobs yet. But they can't go back. That was me. So every time I read especially Kill Me Quick, that poem, where he gets that, Kill Me Quick, it really resonates very deeply with me. So yes, Mejamwange is one of those, and I'm sure maybe he has been also influenced, because I've realized that literature is about influence.
True.
There are people who influence you in a way of thinking, finding your voice. Yeah, but I think my voice was a bit muffled because of the noise in the corporate world. So now I'm feeling like I've been, untethered.
Unleashed. Huh?
I've been unleashed to the world. I feel like, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I like what you said that books. I don't know how I put it, but books come from other books. There's that intercommunication between the books from before and the books right now. You said that you would really want to talk about the classics.
Yes.
The classics. First of all, what are the classics?
So the classics, I can define them like this. Books written maybe 100 or 1,000 years ago, talking about the past, but also talking about 100 and 1,000 years to come. Because though old, like for instance, the Odyssey by Homer was written in the 8th century BC. But I wrote an article recently, and I lived in our former deputy president, Rugara there, and it makes sense. So one of the things that has surprised me about these old classics, and there are always arguments about the classics, whether, for instance, whether Shakespeare wrote those books, he wrote the books he wrote, or were they folklores, were they stories that are already there, and then he just wrote them down.
With Shakespeare, Shakespeare actually, I think there are only 2 plays that he wrote that were original. All the other plays he wrote are based on other plays or source material like Herodotus.
Yes.
So he would, like Hamlet. There's a Hamlet that was written before. They call it the Hamlet.
Yes.
Like, there's the original Hamlet, and then there's the Hamlet Shakespeare writes. So Shakespeare is more like like how you have the song and someone else does a remix.
Yes. Which is okay.
Yes.
Because, and one of the things that I wanted to say was that is that that issue of terra firma, where does the writer stand when telling a story? And you can go back to the classics. You can actually read Homer today and retell it in Gikuyu or in whatever. And most of our authors, by the way, and I was talking about movies yesterday, that if you look at Lion King, Lion King is very, very much Hamlet.
Yes.
Yeah. And when somebody reads, I read Disney War, which is about Disney, how that Lion King came to be, and they were actually in a room. They've written scripts and the story was not gelling. So one of the the animators, or they are called the story animators, said, but are we not doing? Is it not Hamlet?
Yes.
And everybody's, especially the directors, Jeffrey Katzenberg, his eyes just lit up. His mind just opened up and said yes, because they wanted to ground it somewhere. And that scene is so powerful because I remember my son. I remember coming from work, and my son had watched that scene. The first death of.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it's the scene where, there's a scene in Lion King which is so similar from Hamlet, where Simba sees the ghost of his father, and his father tells him, "Remember."
Yes, but it's not that the ghost. It's just the murder.
Okay.
The murder. So I came back, and it's like Simba's father has died, and the boy was totally devastated. I think he was like 6 or 7. So that's the power, and that one came from Hamlet. The same way that Hamlet's uncle kills the king. Yeah, the same way that Hamlet's uncle kills the king, and then the king's ghost comes back. It's the same way that Simba's father is killed by the uncle. And look at how much that franchise of Lion King has made. So the issue about the classics is that yes, it's books that talk about 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago, but they're also talking about 100 years and 1,000 years in the future. It's like you are reading some of these and you appreciate how literature can outlast generations. It's like a book. So I'll define a classic as a book that connects one generation to another.
So, do you have African classics? If 100 years is the cutoff, Things Fall Apart is just 70 years.
70 years.
Yeah. Does it make the cut?
Yes, I think it's an African classic, and especially because of Terra Firma again, the ground on which Chinua Achebe stood telling that story. It's the culture of the Igbo, it's the proverbs, it's those things are timeless. And we're talking about proverbs and our culture, is that even 100 years from now, whatever that proverb said, it's actually going to be true.
Is Kill Me Quick a classic?
Not in that definition, but maybe in 100 years to come it will be.
But people reading Kill Me Quick to the Gen Z, they read Kill Me Quick and they relate to it with the Nairobi that is today.
Which is fine.
So doesn't that make it a classic?
I think so.
An urban classic?
An urban classic, that's the word. Yeah. Yes, it's actually an urban classic.
Because we may live in the city, but the city has its own myths, its own archetypes.
Yeah, and its own culture. Like one of the things I like about Tony is that Tony didn't grow up in the village like me. He's a friend of mine, Muchama.
He's been here.
I mean, he's been here. Yeah, he's been here. Okay,
yes, he's been here. Yes.
Yeah, but you read it and you see urban culture, which for me was very intriguing because I grew up in the village. I grew up with birds singing. I grew up, but for him, we grew up with with the aeroplanes flying by, and trains and buses.
He makes it mythical in a sense.
He makes it, yes. He makes it, and of course, he writes very nostalgic, in a nostalgic way. So I think that's one of the ways that endears him to me. But apart from the fact that my friend, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoy his city way of telling the story.
I think I get what you're saying. There's a post he'd written about the 80s, and the way he described it was very interesting. He said everybody was wearing the same clothes, and the word you used, nostalgic.
Yes.
I didn't live in the 80s, but I felt
nostalgic
for it.
You felt
as if I lived there.
Yes.
And I did.
Yeah. So where we live does not, wherever we live, there are myths, there are cultures, there there's a story we can tell. I just read Dr. Frank Jenga's City Boy, the memoirs, and I even reviewed it for The Nation. And he was thinking, he has written there, he has confessed, that the reason why he took so long to write his memoirs was his friends were writing about the village, growing up in the village, walking barefoot. That is the story of survival. Now he was wondering, but I don't have that story. How will I tell my story? I was born in the city. I'm a city boy.
I like that because you see what you said about Terra Firma.
Yes.
So it's like if the Terra Firma is being, of all the stories I've read are about people leaving the village, does that mean my story is not a story?
Yes.
So I like that because it shows that stories need the validation of previous stories.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So he felt really lost, and but he has written an excellent book. I have really enjoyed that memoir. I have laughed out loud. I mean, it's just funny. Yeah, like on a bus. The way I think the day he met the wife was just funny. Yeah, somewhere I think on Kencom, and his friend has a girl, and then he sees. Then he has already paid the fare, and he disembarks and goes to his friend. Yeah, because the girl who later marries, but the story is told from the eyes of a city boy. Yeah. So in the end, later he just said, "Let me just tell my story. It's different. I've never read a story like this." But so I think the encouragement is that whether in the city or in the village or wherever, even if the mold is different, we have got a story to tell. Yeah.
What do you think is the? You said a stranger comes to town, a stranger leaves.
A man.
Yeah.
A man goes on a journey.
Yes.
That's a quest. That's the
Yes.
quest.
Yes.
So most of these stories are about that man going on a journey. He's the same man that becomes a stranger, and he comes to town in another perspective, because So most of the stories, especially the classics, are quests, and quests used to be like voyages, like the one that Odysseus makes, but also it can also mean external or internal. For instance, running for president. That's also a quest. Yeah, whether it's Matiang'i, whether it's whether it's President Ruto, whoever, that's a quest. That's that be physical.
What do you think is things fall apart? I'm thinking a stranger comes to town.
Yes.
The disruption.
Yes, I'm thinking so. Yeah? I'm thinking so. It's not really.
So that's very interesting. It means that things fall apart is not really about Okonkwo, it's about the society.
Yes, about the disruption that comes when the white people come, because they find a very organized place in their norms and everything, and then something else is introduced. Yeah, so I think that's how it is. But there could be other books like A Man of the People. A Man of the People is also could be a quest, because Chief Nanga.
But it's not about Chief Nanga.
Yeah, it's not about Chief Nanga, but I'm saying
I think it's A Stranger Comes to Town.
That one,
And Odili is the stranger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, by the way, I agree. Odili comes to, he learns about
it seems politics. These are the stories Chinua Achebe writes, maybe.
Yes.
Because Arrow of God is the same. But I think no longer at ease. Is a man lives.
Yeah.
Because he was sent by his village to go to.
Yes.
And it changed him. And he could no longer relate again with the people he left behind, because it changed.
Also, maybe The River Between?
The River Between is what's The River Between about? The education.
Yes,
it's the story of Wayaki.
Yes, and there is some. Of course, there are peasants there. It's almost like, in a way, things fall apart.
True, but what causes the change in the system? Oh yeah, the missionaries come. The stranger comes to town.
Yeah.
Actually, The River Between is about Actually, I think The River Between goes further than Things Fall Apart, because Things Fall Apart stops
at the death of.
After the missionaries
come. Yeah.
Because I think Things Fall Apart is showing us the life that was there before the stranger comes.
Yeah, and they concentrate. He concentrates really on that.
Yes.
Until that point when they come and
So actually, Things Fall Apart. He could have stopped it before the stranger comes, and it would have been a totally different story. Like, it would just have been a story about Okonkwo's life and his misdemeanors. But then the stranger comes, and it gives a totally different meaning to the whole story.
Yeah.
So The River Between goes after that.
Goes and shows us what
the consequences
later.
I think it's a pretty good way of analyzing stories.
Yeah, according to Tolstoy, all literature.
Yeah.
All literature is a man goes on a journey, or a stranger comes to town.
So it's either the story of the individual or the story of the people.
Yes. Yeah.
So what book would you say has been really influential in how you view your life, view your reality, how you say, how Christians will be like,
yes, the Bible,
yeah,
so, which is also mine,
for example, the president probably sees himself as David, facing Goliath in all situations. I tend to think.
Yes, so for me, yes, apart from the Bible, let me just say apart from the Bible, because the Bible has really influenced me. Marcel Proust. Yeah, In Search of Time Lost. Changed the way I think. I was introduced to Proust by Andreas Mann, who is a writer also. So I read his books, but he kept on referring to Proust.
And Reasiman as a non-fiction writer, as
a fiction writer.
Okay.
He has written 8 White Nights and many other books, but I loved 8 White Nights. 8 White Nights, he does those, word plays and psychological plays that Proust. So I read And Hair first before I read Proust. But he kept on, in his reviews and essays, he kept on mentioning Proust. So he said, let me just go and... Of course, I had heard of Proust, but I was not... Marcel Proust, I was not really interested. Yeah, these, dead authors. Sometimes you just hear about them and you're like, please, I want something more modern. But it has got a lot of philosophical grounding in the sense of, the way Machiavelli is about acquisition. Acquisition of power, land, property, and just acquiring things. Proust is about possession. Possession. But the possession is a very interesting way because for instance, he'll write about going after this globe. But the day you touch the globe,
you lose it.
You are so disappointed.
Okay.
So it is possession and dispossession.
So you have to read the whole of Proust to get this?
No, I'm saying...
No, I mean
yes.
I read the first one, but I didn't finish it.
Swansway.
So I thought it was about memory.
No, it's not about memory. Memory is just one of the... Like, for instance, a good example is one of the scenes there about the little boy called Marcel, who is actually, it's him, the narrator, but Marcel Proust. So Marcel, before the mother goes to sleep, she gives him a good night's kiss.
Yes.
But this particular day, there are visitors. So Swan has come. It's called Swan's Way, but Swan is the character there. Swan has come and put downstairs, and when that happens, the boy Marcel really hated Swan because when that happened, then he didn't get his good night kiss.
Yes.
But then the mother calls him, and then he goes and is given the good night kiss, and then he holds it like this. Just you're walking, you don't want to.
Yeah.
So it's possession. Yeah. It's about possession because that kiss you want the mother's kiss. He holds it until he goes to bed. He wants to just have it, to have the mother. Then he's agitated in the room because now he's thinking now it has been done so quickly. I've not really enjoyed it. It has not been, because normally the mother will walk towards his bedroom, and he will have the anticipation that the mother is coming. All those. So it was a whole experience that is now lost because now there are visitors in the house, and so he's agitated. And then the father tells the mother, why don't you just go and sleep, with the boy? He seems agitated. He seems to be, he's not comfortable. So now the mother comes, to the bedroom, and but then he's so disappointed because he really enjoyed the anticipation of the event rather than the thing itself. So when he has the mother in the room, that has taken away the anticipation, the build-up, the excitement. And that's how life is.
Yeah.
That's how life is.
And this is enough to sustain a book, this thing.
Yes, that's enough to sustain a book because in the book is the same thing about Swan and Odette. They're dating, and then Swan is chasing very hard, chasing Odette very hard. But when Odette is available, he's no longer interested.
What do you think led to Proust having this sort of obsession?
I think it's a very psychological thing, because even Sigmund Freud, he also wrote about it. He calls it derealization. Derealization. So Sigmund Freud used to desire to go to Athens. It was his lifelong obsession. He's Austrian. He's an Austrian, he was an Austrian psychoanalyst. but he always wanted to go to Athens, maybe because of what he had read about Athens. You know, Athens, there's a time when the Greeks used to rule the world. So, but at the age 48, he manages to go.
Yeah, 48, that was late.
At 48, yeah, he manages to go
Yes.
to the Acropolis, which is the highest peak. And then when he reaches there, he says, yes, it's like we read, you know, in school. But is this all there is?
Yes.
So he got strangely, you know, disappointed, and they call it derealization. That you realize something, you are holding this globe, but the moment your hands touch it, you're so disillusioned. You wonder, was it worth the chase? All these years, you know, thinking about it. And then he says, it's like being wrecked by success. It's like being destroyed by success. The very thing that you are after, you've attained it, you are kind of ruined because you had it. It's like what Francis Mbuga said. It was better, something like that, while we waited. It was better while we waited. You know, it's like, maybe I can say somebody's waiting for a wedding. An example, just an example, a bad example, but somebody's waiting for a wedding. Then after the wedding, then after, you know, getting married, then they realize, man, was this worth it?
Yeah. While I waited, there was somebody.
While I waited, I had that hope of waiting, and that kept me. Yeah, but then the disappointment comes, especially if it goes south. Then doesn't. And the reason why it is powerful is because that's how life is. Possession is so powerful. Even Jesus talked about possession. He said, a man's life does not consist in the things that he possesses. So possession is a powerful thing. Is a powerful thing in terms of possession. So Proust is about possession, but him is about moving you to close to the edge, and just before you tip over, he pulls back. So yeah, he moves you to the close to the edge, and just before you tip over, he just pulls back. And so the whole story is just about that. And for me, I think it really resonates deeply. And of course, nostalgia. The nostalgia, of course, the most famous is the Madeleine, which is the cake.
Yes.
So the aunt gives him a cake, puts it in the tea, or rather, when he's taking the tea, it reminds him of Combray, which is where he grew up.
That's the bit you wrote about in that article. Yeah.
That's the bit I wrote about. And it's like, it's how, for instance, my dad died in 2004, and there are times I see old men, you know, the way they walk, their height, their pose, and I think, man, this is close. And it's Taita, I'm sure most of them are not even Taita. I think there's a time I saw an old man at Uhuru Park, and it really brought back, you know, memories. So nostalgia is about that. It's about one thing involuntarily reminding you of something else. And the psyche of it is that the thing is buried so deep in memory, but one day something will just, you know, make it bloom and comes back to life. So for Proust, it was a cake. For Marcel, it was a cake of Madeleine, and he says that as he was taking the cake, the village, you know, just rose up. The cathedral, everything just rose up, you know, in his mind, and he could see clearly. Yeah, and he was like many miles away.
So what kind of story is Proust? In Search of Lost Time? Is it 7 volumes?
Yeah, 7 volumes.
Yeah. Like, let's say the first one. What kind of story would that be? Is it a man?
Yes, I think it's more of a man going on a journey. And the journey, yes, Swan is going on a journey.
Oh, entering high society.
No, entering high society, but also internally, he is after something. Of course, he wants to go into high society, but he's also, because Proust never talks about the moment, so he goes into the future. To the future, and then into the past, dipping into one and the other, but never at the moment. For instance, Swan spends a lot of time thinking about Odette and chasing Odette. And, you know, at some point he's invited to a house where Odette is. He's invited to a house where Odette is. And when he's in that house, instead of enjoying the moment, that you are here, the girl that you are chasing is here, you know, of course in the company of other people, he's thinking about when he'll be outside the house, thinking about the time when he was inside the house with Odette. You see, he ruins the moment by constantly dipping into the future and to the past.
Do you think Proust was doing this intentionally?
Of course, style.
Really? Do you think he was doing it intentionally, or it just happened?
I think it is his style.
Because that's why I'm asking. You know, style is not artificial. It's
accident. It's not accidental. It's deliberate.
Not always.
Not always. Yes. Maybe the first time. Maybe the first time we did it, it was not accidental.
Then
but when you read that it works,
okay.
that it works because even Marcel. So Marcel goes to a hotel with the grandmother. The grandmother is sleeping in one room and is sleeping in the next room. And then he's thinking about the time when the grandmother will be dead. He's worrying about something that has not happened. So rehearsal. It's a rehearsal. Rehearsal is when, according to Asman, is when you talk, when you rehearse or think about something that has not happened, and sometimes a coping mechanism, so that when it happens, you say, "Oh, it wasn't that painful anyway." Yeah, because you had thought about it very many times. And ritual is the opposite. Ritual is about thinking about the things that have passed and passing them in your mind. So for Proust, it's ritual and rehearsal. So he's there. He's in the hotel with the grandmother. The grandmother is alive. He's not enjoying the moment the grandmother is alive. He's worried that a time will come when the grandmother is dead. And now he's thinking about that. And then, of course, they are separated by a wall because the grandmother is sleeping on the other side and he's sleeping on this other side. The grandmother says, in case you get very worried about anything, just knock. Just tap on the wall. Just knock on the wall and I'll come. But he wakes up in the morning. He's thinking maybe the grandmother is asleep, so I don't want to disturb. So there's a wall of partition between the two, and that's very symbolic. The fact that there are always walls. You're always alone, really. Yeah, it does not matter how close you are with anybody. There is just a place where it's just you. Now, it also happens that the grandmother dies. Anyway, the grandmother dies. So when the grandmother dies, he's thinking, I don't think it has been so painful because I've been thinking, about this. I was kind of ready, I had prepared myself, but still painful. So he goes back to the hotel again and now thinks about that time when he was there with the grandmother.
So he doesn't know how to live
in the moment. In the moment. He's always ruining the moment. Yeah, the now. Which is very typical of us, by the way. It's very human. Yeah. How many people are sick because of things that have never even happened or will never even happen? They're thinking about nuclear, war. It may or may not happen, but somebody can be so worried that, and I hear that I read somewhere that the brain does not know the difference. So somebody can be stressed by something that will never happen or has never happened, but is imagined. Yeah, so it's an interesting world. I read that and it really strikes deep. It resonates very deeply with me. That post style, the nostalgia, the rehearsals of, where somebody is already thinking about him, he's seeing himself out there in the future instead of just enjoying the moment. Yeah.
Do you think the classics like Proust and all those writers, do you think they are that good? Of course they are that good. Or do you think that we also give them so much attention that they have to be that good? Like if you know what I mean, like the more we analyze them, the more beauty we find in them. Like the Bible, the more we read it, the more we find of value in it. Is it possible that with any good literature, if you gave it that sort of attention, it would have that sort of impact? And doesn't it mean maybe we are not doing enough as Africans, African thinkers, African reviewers, African academics, African writers, to talk and think and meditate about our African canon of literature? Like, I know we do that with Things Fall Apart, but not with many other books. Like Kenyan books, how many books do we really analyze with that sort of fervor, that sort of passion?
So there are two things here. Mm-hmm. One, of course, we talked about Tony Mochama, we talked about Meja Mwangi, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, you know. One of the things I find the classics big on is archetypes, the motifs. So I think it's actually possible to be a very good writer and to be for a generation and not for cross-generational.
Okay.
Because it depends. For instance, look at the story of the prodigal son. The story, how many stories can come out of the story of the prodigal son because of how big the canvas is?
A million stories.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's one of the things that look at someone like Paulo. It's called Paulo Coelho. The one who wrote about the alchemist.
Oh, Coelho. Okay.
Coelho, yes. Yeah, it's a difficult name, but the alchemist, for instance. You see that when he was writing this, he was almost doing a parable.
Yes.
So if you do something that's a parable, you can get a million stories out of them.
True.
But if you report, if you write as if you are reporting for, you are reporting Mandamano, for instance, then that's the only story that comes out of it.
And you don't mean style when you say report?
Yeah, I don't mean style. Okay, it could be, but what I'm just giving an example is that there are some stories, there are some stories that don't give themselves easily to a million stories.
And is it something coming out of that is done intentionally, or it just happens?
I think we need to study the classics.
Yeah.
We need to study our proverbs, our fables. Lwanda Magere. How many stories can come out of Lwanda? Many can come out of.
Actually, Lwanda Magere is. You go to the Greeks, it's Achilles.
Achilles, yes.
You go to the Hebrews, it's Samson.
Yes. I'm saying what I'm saying is so. But I think we as Africans, like not writers, we have those stories. Yeah. For us, like Mwangeka and the others, who are our heroes. Yeah. But then we tell that story in a way that can, because I've been thinking about the story of the prodigal son, and I've just been wondering, because I've heard, multiple renditions of that story from different preachers, and even myself I've thought about it. Yeah, but that was the terra firma that Christ used.
And it's actually, it's not even that it's multiple stories, it's our lives.
Yes, it's our lives. Yes, you can look at yourself and say, oh God,
that was me.
That was me. Yeah, that was me. This is me here, and this is me finding my way back. So I personally think writers who are grounded in their culture, like Wole Soyinka, for instance, he tells very deep stories. You can see that this is Abiokota really, where with his where he comes from, the town and everything, and the Yoruba people. But you can see that when you read that, there's some depth in that story. Ngugi also. Tony, for Tony now he's telling us about the urban culture. So I'm thinking,
which story of Tony were you speaking about earlier? About the Nairobi, which book?
No, I think almost all his books, Cheche, almost all his books actually. Yeah, so that's how he writes. That's his style. But the reason why I find
this archetypal sort of thing.
Yes, archetypal type, but it is farmed on, it is grounded on urban myth, if you may say. It's grounded. Because there's some stories you can read that don't have, they're not grounded. The story is not being told from somewhere. So personally, that's just my view. I'm thinking that the people who, like for instance, for me, reading the classics, reading Greek literature, thinking about our proverbs. Like for instance, one of the proverbs my father gave me was, I grew up from a very, we were very humble background. And there's a day my friend wanted to visit called Mwinyijoto. We're in primary school.
Okay.
But the place we were going to sleep was giving me a lot of headache because I'm just imagining now, this place is not enough for two people. It's on the ground somewhere. My dad tells me, in Taita, abandu bikundane balale mrongo wambela, which means people who like each other slept on a rhino's skin, which is a very small. The rhino's skin is usually one of the smallest. The cow's one is a big one, but a long time ago people used to sleep on hides and skins. That was their mattress. So I was a young boy, but I still think about that up now. And my dad told me very many things, but that stuck. So for me, I can say, in my father's speeches, that's one part of the classics. And why has it stuck? It's a classic line. Why has it stuck? Because it's a proverb that's grounded in some reality. Because he was telling me, do not worry, the house will be enough. The place you're going to sleep, even if it's a small place, it's going to be enough for you and your friend. So don't worry. So what I'm saying is, we have got so much depth and so much wealth in our culture. And the culture doesn't have to be Taita in the rural area. Tony Mochama has shown us that it can be a culture in South B.
Okay.
It can be a culture in Githurai, Ka West, Ka Sukari, Memli. Yeah, it is just that. We just have to be conscious of it and let's tell our stories.
This is the same as saying Melu.
By the way, just something I've remembered. The best book, according to me, the one that brings this out, what I was talking about, is Meet the Umtitas. Yeah, Meet the Umtitas, yeah.
No, I'm saying, is especially when you talk about urban or about a culture of a certain place, is it the same thing as saying Milu, the French word? Milu, the Milu of that.
Yes, it's many things. It's many things. It's how we talk. It's the sayings. It's our disposition. It's the noise. It's like, for instance, matatu culture.
Okay.
That's a culture already. I mean, somebody can tell. I mean, people are telling stories from the matatu culture. That's a culture which has been made by us.
Aren't most books written from specific spaces? The culture of different spaces. Like if you read Meja Mwangi,
yes,
there's the urban culture inside.
Yes, the urban culture. But fortunately for Meja Mwangi, that archetype can actually be extrapolated, and that's what I meant. That there are some books that you can easily extrapolate to fit your circumstances and the circumstances of our children and their children's children in generations to come. So as long as a book has that, then it will always hit a nerve. It will always resonate.
Is it necessarily the culture of that place or the character and what happens to them and the decisions they make?
Yeah, I think it can be maybe more of the. It's less of the culture. The culture could be part of it, because from the culture you get the proverbs, you'll get the sayings, you'll get the kind of life they're living. But
from what you were telling me about the Proust story, it was not about the proverbs. It was about
yes
the things, that situation, that character. You see, that character could have behaved differently.
Yes.
But the way he behaved analyzes a specific psychological condition.
So I think, so for me, I think there are books that are plot driven, like crime, and the people like that. That's adrenaline,
junkie.
Kind of. There are books that I read. Three Blind Mice. I remember. Was it Three Blind Mice? And it really, I couldn't put it down. I was younger then, but it was a torture. Yeah, Three Blind Mice was quite.
Who's the other?
Is it Robert?
Ludlum.
Not Ludlum.
Okay.
Just forgetting the author, but he's a crime. He wrote a book with Bill Clinton.
James Patterson.
Yeah, James Patterson. Yeah,
Okay.
Three Blind Mice.
Yeah.
That book terrorized me, like completely. Like I'm feeling sleepy. I want to sleep, please. But I cannot sleep because Cross. He's called Cross. Alex Cross, the investigator, has reached a point where I can't sleep. Okay. Then I moved the next page. Then I moved the next page. So they have their own place. Yeah, plot driven. But they are also character driven. And the things like Proust and Asman is that the character driven, but the internal conversations, the psychological games being played by the author. It is not moving from one place to another. It's just a psychological game. And the conversations are within, like in Asiman's 8 White Nights. It's just somebody going on a date, and then the same conversations are going on. Yeah, but their conversations are going on inside, so that the boy is thinking, the guy is thinking over time when they were broken up, and he's already mourning that breakup before it happens, and he's there instead of enjoying the moment. Proust again. Yeah, so but very psychological. Yeah, it's internal dialogues. Yeah.
And if you read like Freud or you read Jung, they use a lot of literature. They use Shakespeare, they use the Greek classics. Like when you look at Freud coming up with the Oedipal complex.
Yes.
He's using, people may know about the Oedipal complex from Freud.
Yes.
But they may not know it comes from literature. The Greek.
Yes. And even Shakespeare. Shakespeare borrowed. You said he borrowed it from where he borrowed from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you find that philosophers follow storytellers.
Yes, but you see, where is it coming from? Was it not from Greek culture? Yeah, it was coming from Greek culture. And the reason why the issue of terra firma comes in is that I find that, I don't know if we've watched Tanzanian movies and Nigerian movies, of course. I've really watched them in the past, but nowadays I watch them less and less. They found a place, and even our Nolly, I mean our Riverwood.
Oh, Riverwood.
There's their Nollywood. Ours is Riverwood. When a people, whether a film director finds that terra firma, even some of the shows on TV that are followed, I listened to by many Kenyans. It could be about Mombasa, it could be about somewhere, the coastal region. You see even, people have they're dressed that way, and I've seen some of those shows by the way becoming very popular. And this is my theory, that those directors or those film writers have found the terra firma, they found the grounding from which they can tell the story. So it becomes so natural. Because there's a way that a Swahili woman speaks.
I think I now get you. There's something called world building.
Yes.
So the story has an inbuilt world already.
Yes, an inbuilt world, and it's very easy for the characters now to take up that. Okay. To take up that world, and when they act, they don't appear as if they're acting. And that's how you enjoy the movie or
because
the show.
Every actor, like if you tell the actor, this is the world, like they know if they are playing a character in that particular world, they can tell. They don't have to come to you as the director.
Yes.
To tell them what to do.
They switch
because they can analyze for themselves. This is what this character in this situation, in this culture would do.
Like for instance, if it's somebody who is our mothers who are annoyed and everything, and then she puts her hand here.
Yeah.
And you want to act that. Yeah. You can actually act it because you can be in character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because watu wa kwetu wakiweka mkono hapa hivi,
It means a certain.
Alafu akukunyosha kidole.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
There's that. So I think sometimes some stories, my theory again, it could be true or not true. Some stories lack that, and what happens is that they look forced. Or movies lack that, and they look really forced. You don't feel it. You feel like they're acting. Even my children sometimes tell me, this one is like they're acting. But they're acting, yes. But they're supposed to be acting, but not acting.
Okay.
The person watching is supposed to feel
the story. I think I'm starting to understand. There is no texture.
Yes, there's no texture. Yeah, you feel like these people are acting, and you feel like you're being lied to. You are just it's just fraudulent. The whole enterprise. But the others that you know they're acting, but at the back of your mind, but it looks so real.
And there are people who I've been watching some theater productions. I think this is something that theater actors really know how to do, because if you think about it, a theater actor, they are okay. Let's say there are no props.
Thespians.
Yes, the thespians. It's just you, and you create the world with your words, with your voice, with your expressions, and with your gestures. That's it. Yeah. And they manage to do it.
Even some of our comedians are quite good, because they can create a scene.
Yeah.
There's one who walks in out of scenes. Today it can be, Somali. The next day it can be, Kikuyu old man. The next day it can be somebody from coast.
That's true.
Yeah. So that. But you see, even when this comedian is switching roles into the Somali or guy or to the Kamba guy or Taita guy, when he's switching roles, he's switching into cultures and a way of speaking. He will even change their accent. He will change his accent. Why? Because culture is a particular way of people, the way of our people. And it is supposed to naturally affect their art. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. There's this book called, I don't remember what it's called. There's this person who did this research about those old stories and the archetypes that come from them. I seem to forget the name. And he did that research, and that book and the research he did, or the book he wrote, has been used by Hollywood producers to create the stories that go on to become massive. Like the person who created Star Wars, George Lucas, had read that.
Yes, and one of the things that has surprised me, because I've had to go for many of these movies, especially the children's ones, the 3D, animation and all that, Moana, all of them. And when I go, the movies that resonate with my children the most, actually most of them from the classics. They may not know, of course.
Yeah.
But which surprises me, and I keep on asking myself again. And I think the classics, most of them, as you're saying, were not necessarily somebody sitting down and writing a book they thought about themselves. Some of them, yes. Most of them were like a collection of thousands and thousands of years of fable and legend. And then Herodotus or Homer just happens to write the story of the Greeks.
Yeah.
Maybe the Trojan War.
Yeah.
Maybe it was there or not there. But in myth, so what happens that this person collected, it's like distilling the knowledge and the truth of that time. So it resonates very deeply, because it's not just the story of one person or the mind of one author who sat in a desk somewhere and wrote. They were getting this from somewhere. Yeah, so I think that's what I've seen, like Prison Break, for instance. Skylar, I was telling you yesterday night. Skylar, that place where Michael Scofield has to Michael has to go, has to go and break and take the the black book. It's called Skylar, but Skylar is also the monster that Odysseus meets when and his friends when they are fighting. On his way back from the Trojan War after many years, because he's trying to go home, but he's facing obstacles. Even the issue about the story about Odysseus, because it's the hero, the archetype of the hero, and Odysseus left home because he was the king of Ithaca. He's going to fight the Trojan War. He's a king, so he has to lead from the front. So he goes there, but he wants to come back, but he's delayed. By very many things and obstacles. And that one can also tell us about the obstacles we face in life. So when somebody is facing huge obstacles and they read that, it resonates. And then you wonder, this book was written, in 8th BC. How comes it's so alive? It's like today's headline. Yeah. So I think it's because of that.
And if you read psychology, if you read again Freud, Jung, those sorts of people, you find that they have divided, or they have sort of calculated the archetypes of human beings.
Yes.
So there is the mother, there is the adventurer, there's all these archetypes.
Yeah.
And I think the stories that resonate with people, it's like coding. You take these archetypes, and maybe the writer doesn't do it consciously, but these archetypes are there, and they are resonating with people. There is the hero. There's the hero.
Yes. The anti-hero.
There's the anti-hero. If you watch Hollywood movies, there's always the villain.
Yes.
And there's the hero.
Yes.
But then there's also the anti-hero sometimes.
Yeah.
There is the mentor.
Yeah.
When you're going on the quest, they will guide you. There is your companions, your friends.
Yes.
There is somebody the martyr, somebody
who die.
The sacrifice, which makes the story even more deeper. So probably if you write a story, and this person is supposed to be a martyr based on how the story should be, but you chicken out, or maybe you don't know enough about storytelling to make them a martyr. Maybe that's when the story feels there's something off about it.
Yeah, and also, I think, and I listened to Asiman because I listened to him a lot, and you're saying that one of the reasons why you have to read the classics is so that you can first understand human nature. Because as an artist, if you're writing about the human experience, you need to understand the human nature. Now, what the classics have done, and it's like exactly what Mwazemba has done. And I wish one of these days I'll ask him. I hope I will. Because when you look at Kill Me Quick and Going Down River Road and all that, when you look at Major and Maina, what he does is that he takes them to the extreme. To the extreme where somebody doesn't have a job. This person is extremely hungry. He doesn't have a place to stay. To a point where he is forced to go to the dustbins. So those extremes, and that's very classical. You get a human being and put them in a survival mode, deprive them of water, of food, of human company, or put them in isolation, take away food, and just stretch it to the limit. Now, I think, for me, whenever I read Mwazemba and I reach that place, I feel sorry for this person. Now that's getting hooked now, because you can see this could be me, Yeah, this could, had I come to Nairobi those years, and not found a job, this could be me in the streets, because there was no way I was going back home.
So it's about life and death.
Yes, it's survival.
There is, I don't know if you read Cormac McCarthy.
The Road and
The Road and Blood Meridian, all this. So he writes books or stories that they are life and death, So there's a time he said that he does not consider Proust, Henry James, those sorts of writers to be literature.
Because
they don't have life and death.
Oh, okay.
Like they are not for him.
Okay.
So it makes me wonder, you've described the life and death right now. You put somebody in extremes, yeah? But I don't know if there are extremes in Proust, yeah?
No, the extremes in Proust are psychological.
Mm-hmm.
They are not, the person is not dying.
Yeah.
One of the things I think we have to understand is that Proust came from a very comfortable family.
Yeah, so my question is, how is he able to write from that privileged
it's
position
surprising. It's surprising.
And write something that is affecting?
Yeah, because the father was actually one of the people who found who discovered penicillin. One of those people who worked, the scientists. So the father was a serious man in society, and his worry was that as an artist, he will never match his father. He will always live in his father's shadow, because his father is a doctor. Now, who cares about writers? But look now, what has happened?
I don't know his father. I know Proust.
And he was sickly, by the way.
Yes.
I think he wrote that book in a span of, is it 7 years or 14? I can't be sure. But he was in his bed most of the time. He was unwell.
Yeah.
So you can see that, so for him, though he was not facing life and death in that way of extremities in terms of hunger, it was ailment. It was, and if you read, when you read Proust, you'll see he has got these allusions about a sick person. Like where he talks about like when somebody laughs as if does not know there's somebody who is sick. There's a lot of that, or this sick person waiting for the morning, waiting for somebody, for a lamp, just somebody to pass in the morning, in an inn, and then they're waiting for the workers to come in the morning and give them something. So he had his own life and death in courts. Maybe his was even more serious, because he spent most of his time, at least the time he spent writing that book, those books, rather than volume of books, he was unwell. But his life and death in courts is mental.
Okay.
It's very psychological, but it is almost as torturous as something physical. As I've said, the mind does not know the difference between, whether it's something psychological or it's something happening to someone. So,
But would the person, the masses, would they understand? Would they enjoy? Not even understand. Would they enjoy Proust the same way they would enjoy Meja Mwangi or the story of the prodigal son?
I don't think they
stories
would.
that have a very
I don't think they would unless they listen to me.
Yeah.
So
because that's the thing I discovered about Proust.
There's some labor.
I enjoy reading about him more than reading him.
There is some labor involved with Proust, and it's because the sentences are very long. Sometimes the whole page there's no full stop. The sentences are very long and very complex. But it takes some, as I was saying, that every skill is a muscle. It takes some doing for you to enjoy Proust. First of all, you begin from where you began, which is hearing people talk about Proust. Then reading books written about Proust.
It sounds like joining a cult, huh?
And then you come and test him for yourself and realize, like there's a day I was driving to, was it to Kambani, Kitui? And I was just listening to Proust. I'm telling you, the journey that day was just so different. As I was moving, up and down, in some places, he will describe something, and that's of course France. But man, it could as well be Ukambani. That time when I was there, and sometimes so. Okay, for me, I'm just enamored. I think.
All right. You're a very good reviewer. So, what do you pay attention to when you're reading a book or when you're reviewing a book?
I pay attention to what the writer is not saying.
Okay.
either intentionally or unintentionally. Because there's something that my friend who passed on, the late Kenyan told me. I was a younger editor then, and I was asking him, can you write a book about this? And I was just kind of prodding him to write a book about something. You know, editors have these dreams of books. And he was a very patient man. So he looked at me and said, John, mimi huacha kalamu iniongoze. I let the pen guide me. And I've been thinking about that, what he meant, but I think what it also means is that sometimes the writer, without thinking, can actually take a tangent and go a certain direction. Not deliberately, but he has let the pen, so to speak, now using that allegory, lead him. Now when that happens, even there are things, Professor Rugara used to tell me, there are things that a reviewer can pick from a book, and even the author himself is surprised. Because it's not really, he didn't think about that. Yeah, so I will try to see what the writer is not saying. That's one. Two, I will try as much as possible to, because after reading Proust now, what is the philosophical underpinning? Where is this person standing telling this story? Because with time you realize that writers write the same thing using different words. All writers, even you. If somebody read your book who has never read you, they will see Mona, they will see a thread. So I really try to get that. What is that?
You know, actually, the review you did of my book, the review Simiyu Baraza did, the review Silas did, some of these reviews, it was like going to therapy.
Oh, okay.
For the book.
For the book, yes.
Or even for me.
Yes.
There is something Simiyu wrote. He said, the stories have, all the stories are about a disappearance. There's always a disappearance.
Yes.
And that was really shocking to me.
A disappearance, and it's because sometimes I think in life, the issue of disappearance, by the way, is a major theme in literature. And I think it's because sometimes life can be so overwhelming that somebody may wish to disappear in the sunset.
But you know, it wasn't just disappearance, like literally.
Yes, not yes, I know.
Some of the people, like for instance, there's a story there where somebody died.
Yes.
So it's written after the person who is dead is not in the story as it's happening.
Yes.
So there is the whole left by that person.
Yes. But that's also a disappearance.
Yes. And then there is a cricket which disappears, which used to, like these little things, and these were stories which I thought, this story is not that deep, but based on the reviews and the way the reviewer like you or Simiyu was looking at it, I realized actually this story is deeper than I thought.
And something else also, there's an Italian writer, I think she's Italian, called Elena Ferrante. She writes a lot about disappearance. But also disappearance can also be a quest.
Yeah.
Because, you know, maybe it's just a housewife who is just fed up with the whatever, either mundane or whatever.
Yeah.
They just, you know, take the fare, take some fare and or the grocery money and just disappear. Yeah, if you talk to the police, they will be, I mean, they have got many stories, different versions of disappearances. Some of them are not deadly or fatal. We've been hearing of people coming back in their 70s. I don't know if they've seen those stories. People coming back, somebody disappeared, like, I don't know when they were 20.
Yeah. You know, oddly enough, my most recent short story there's a story I wrote in the book about somebody who comes back to his grandmother's funeral.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So there was a call out we had for stories, and I wrote a sort of a prequel to that story. So I wrote about him being in Germany, and I wrote about him now thinking about home, not necessarily missing it, but
just thinking.
He's thinking about it. So he disappeared from his home, and I don't know if I did it like now intentionally because of what you had said, but I was thinking about those people when I came up with that storyline. I was thinking about those people who disappear from their homes and then they come back years later. Yeah. So what were they thinking while they were away? Like basically they were in exile. They were fugitives out there running away from home.
One of the books that hit me, I think that was like several months ago when I began, I read it. There's a series of books called The Outlander. So The Outlander, it's time travel. But from the Scottish Island, then this lady disappears and she appears like another age, like 200 years ago. Yeah. So there's a place called Inverness. So, but now this Inverness she's surprised because it's dark. There is no electricity. Electricity had not been discovered that time. So she's seeing Inverness, and this Inverness looks kind of familiar, with the mountains, everything, but it's dark. Later then she realizes that she's gone back like 200 years ago. It's a very, very interesting, thing. And she goes through some stones, we may call that magic or whatever it is, but it's through some stones. Yeah, which you are told, we have been hearing stories of, if you go around, I don't know, this hill 7 times. There's are stories, but for them now they are just stones called standing stones. So
this is in Britain.
Yeah, it's in Britain. Yeah, Scottish Island, Scotland. Okay.
The stones like the one at Stonehenge. That's
So they're called standing stones. So she goes there and then touches. I think she touched the stone first of all accidentally, then now disappears to the rabbit hole. You see now
it's like a portal.
It's almost like a portal. Now the issue of portals, it's like disappearing the hair into the rabbit hole. And
true. There is this story, Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, Alice in Wonderland. Yes. So you can see, I think it helps a lot.
And Murakami going down the well.
Yes, going down the well.
Yeah.
So you can see all those archetypes, and then now, when now she goes back all those years. Now the story begins from there, and it's quite interesting because there are times now she comes voluntarily back. There's this other side. Yeah, but you can see that's a quest. Yeah, but the quest, they used to be physical. But now the quest can be internal. Like for me now, I'm on a quest. I just left the corporate world. I'm on a quest. I'm on a journey.
So how is your knowledge of classics, myth, literature? How is it helping you navigate this new path?
Yes, in many ways, because Odysseus again and obstacles took him 20 years just to reach home, back home. Fighting with monsters, fighting with the as part of it was seduction, fighting off seduction, fighting off just things on the road. So yeah, in a way it is, but mostly my faith. Yeah. Which of course is the Bible, and the Bible is full of that. The Bible can be anything somebody wants it to be.
What story in the Bible?
A particular story?
Yeah, there must be a story that in this.
Oh yes.
In this time right now, leaving a job is for most people is a traumatic period. So they have to find something to give them some direction, some clarity, some idea of this is what I'm going through. I don't know in your case.
I'm not sure whether I have a particular story, but I just enjoy the Psalms.
All right.
Meditating. Isaiah is one of my best prophets because he's very literally. Isaiah can paint a picture. Like Isaiah 35 is about, the wilderness will sing and blossom. So there's always that. But yes, I keep coming back to Isaiah. I like also Moses uses a lot of imagery, especially in Deuteronomy, a lot of imagery, which I really enjoy. He paints, the
do you think there's this? I know you know the story of Steve Jobs.
Yes.
So there's this time when he was fired from Apple, and then he started the next computer, and then he bought Pixar Animation, and that's when they went.
Yes.
They went and made that movie, Toy Story, and he became a billionaire off that on the IPO, and then so that was in the early 80s when he was fired. 85, 84, I'm not sure which. Then 96, he comes back to Apple because Apple is falling. It's actually it had 6 months to live.
Yes, I remember that.
He comes back to Apple because Apple has to buy next computer to get the software or whatever next computer was creating, and Steve Jobs put that in the deal that if you want this deal to go through, I must come back and I must be in charge even of the board, and he fires everybody on the board. Anyway, those years between when he was fired and when he was away have been called his wilderness years. Like the children, you said Moses.
Yes.
The children of Israel.
Yes.
So do you think you're in the wilderness?
No, I'm not in the wilderness. I think my wilderness was before I joined campus and all that, and it's because I'm doing really interesting things. I don't think I am interested in a position like the position I was in.
Okay.
I think as far as my journey is concerned, that chapter is closed.
Publishing is closed.
No, not publishing is closed. The role publishing, the way I was doing it. All right. Now it's a new way. I could start my own publishing house.
If you started your own publishing house, wouldn't you be in a similar role of leadership?
Yeah, of course. It's not, but it's my own publishing house. Yeah.
You would still be the leader.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But right now I'm doing very interesting things. Okay. We're working. There's an app we're working on, which I'm really excited about. Though I'm not an IT person, IT just has a way of just resonating with me. I did some of it, of course. Programming in C++. Yes.
Oh. Yeah. I did it too.
Oh, you did it too?
Yeah. Back in campus.
And then you reach a place and say run, and then it tells you that there are errors here. And we were doing it in DOS, so it was quite hard. Not
DOS.
Yeah, it was DOS. It was
DOS.
Yeah, it was DOS. Yeah. So so it was really manual. You had to do it, the typing, everything. It was not a Windows-based thing. So we are doing something. I'm doing something there, and there's an app we're working on. It's quite exciting. I'm writing. Something I've really longed to do for a long time. Writing something longer than just an article. Yes. So I'm not in the wilderness, thankfully.
So the journey continues.
The journey continues. Yeah.
But you have not yet decided. You're dipping in and out of different things. You have not yet decided this is the thing I want to conquer now.
Writing is the thing I am very clear about right now.
Okay.
Very clear about. There are many other ideas. A publishing house is down the road.
All right.
But yet to decide when.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now what I feel resonates, what I feel my soul wants is to write.
So how did you resolve the two tensions between being an artist, being a CEO?
It's always a struggle. It's always a struggle because it's like wearing two hats. So you're wearing one hat in this particular role, and then when you begin writing, you wear the other hat. Sometimes they complement each other. Most of the time they do, thankfully, because I was in publishing. But there are also times when they conflict. Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked our intern to give me some questions for you.
Okay.
Let's see what he had to ask. He says, what book or publishing decision are you most proud of and why?
What book or publishing decision am I proud of and why. I published many books. I know a publisher is like a father, but a father in the sense of they are children. So by picking this one book, it does not mean that I've not published other great books.
Okay.
But there's a book I published when I was at Macmillan called Damu Nyeusi. Became a sad book.
That was this Ken Walibora.
Ken Walibora.
Okay.
And Said Ahmed Mohammed.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm so proud about that is because so Macmillan used to be known for English anthologies. Remember African short stories by J.D. Grandsane. It's an old one, you may not remember. They're looking for a rain god.
Yeah, I know that one.
Half a day. So all those.
Yeah.
But now here I am, I'm a publishing manager, and I am brimming with ideas and energy. So one morning I go to my boss and tell him, I think David Witter, he's still the MD of the proprietor, the owner of Moran Publishers, founder. I go to him and I tell him, I think we can do a Kiswahili anthology. And you know, I have planned how I'm going to convince the CEO, because I'm a publishing manager. So I go there with my points. Before I think I reached maybe the first or second point, I told me, just stop it, go ahead. Wow, I felt great. So I now have the pleasure of assembling my team. So I call Ken Walibora, was in the States that time, and then Professor Said Ahmed Mohammed. I tell them, I would want you to be editors of an anthology. I have this dream of an anthology. And I decide to do something very bold. I decide to translate some of the well-known English stories. Do you know anybody? Into Kiswahili. There's a story by Doreen Baingana called Tropical Fish. We translate into Kiswahili. And then there was one by Amaata Aido, in the cutting of a drink, translated to Kiswahili. And then I got the right.
Who did the translation?
Samuel Nganga.
Okay.
He was the right translator. There is a way that a story can be. He got the spirit. He got the letter and the spirit of the translation. When I read that translation of Tropical Fish, and especially in the cutting of a drink in Kiswahili, I couldn't believe. I could not believe. He got it. So I reached out to Doreen Baingana. He's a friend of mine. He's in Uganda. He's a great writer. Reached out, and I reached out to her because there was a slight change I needed to make, because this book was going to be used for high schools. And there was something very heavy on the first line. Now negotiating with authors is quite the task. But she was so gracious. She told me you can change that line so that the book can be, it can be read by under 16s. And then later, after I left, I think I left Macmillan that time. I was working for an NGO. I had a set book, and has been. I've met many people who have read Damu Nyeusi, and I'm so proud that I was part of it. Actually decided which stories are going to be there together with the late Ken Walibora and the professor, and also Said Ahmed Mohammed. So I'm very proud about that my work went out there, and it helped and touched and taught people. Yeah.
Did you ever meet Henry Chakava? Of course.
Of course. Of course.
I added of course.
Yeah, he was he was like a father to me in the publishing industry. He was a very gracious man, because when I was appointed at Oxford University Press, he actually called me at Dari somewhere in Karen. And we had some lunch there. He told me, John, I'm telling you this for free. So we're just joking about that. But he gave me some good fatherly advice about office politics, about the fact that, you know, in the C-suite, things don't always seem the way they seem. You cannot take things at face value. You need to understand human nature. It can be vicious in the C-suite. So he gave me some very good advice about especially power and how to wield it with grace. He himself was a very easy man, but very powerful, because he's the pioneer African publisher. You know, publishing Ngugi is not an easy thing. Yeah. So I really enjoyed, and it's not the first time we've gone to some Japanese restaurant in town and taken some Japanese tea, which I regretted because the tea was not sweet. I was thinking it's something sweet. It's not, but we laughed about it. So he was a very gracious man. I hope I'd be as gracious in terms of seeing people who, not always as competitors, because technically we were competitors. And the company I'd been appointed to was going to compete with this company. But even with that, he was still gracious enough not to advise me, tell me about pitfalls. This is how we work. So it's very gracious.
What do you think was his greatest legacy for Kenyan literature?
His greatest legacy for Kenyan literature was that he believed very strongly that a publisher should not only publish textbooks. And he opened the door for general publishing. He got the African Writers series and really published.
He did that?
Yeah, it was part of the...
I thought Heinemann was doing that before he came in.
Yes, but when he came in, he continued the legacy. He kept them and reprinted them, but of course he printed, he published Ngugi.
Wasn't he the one who started the textbook publishing? Masomo ya msingi,
it started under him, but I think long before that, he himself had his own...
Was Heinemann doing textbooks before he came in?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, because I used to. That's a bit. But he was always a champion of African literature. Some of these people I would never have known. Meja Mwangi, Charles Mangua, Kiriamiti.
He published them.
Yes.
Was it Pick?
Yeah.
Pick. The imprint of...
Yes, Pick. Pick is also the
imprint of...
Yes.
EAP.
Yeah, for EAP. Yes, so Pick is there, plus the African Writers series. And then he himself, had met these people in flesh and blood. I mean, he would tell you stories about Chinua Achebe and these people that they were his contemporaries that he actually met. And for me, I would sometimes wonder that you actually met Christopher Okimbo, some of these people.
Is he the greatest African publisher? Whoever published AWS must
we can say pioneer.
Okay. Is he as recognized out there in Africa as he is in Kenya?
He's the most recognized African publisher out there, maybe more than in Kenya.
Out there, do you mean out in Africa or?
No, out of Africa. Like in Europe, like.
Right. What about in Africa? Like if you go to South Africa, does the literary industry there know about him? Does it, remember him? When
they remember him. They remember him more as the Ngugi's publisher.
But AWS published Muhudi, South Africa.
Yes.
Achebe, Peter Abrahams.
Yes.
Anglophone countries, I think, each of them.
I think as a legacy, he is the publisher with the most distinguished career, because literature gives you an advantage in terms of traveling across countries. So we have got very great textbook publishers in the country, but they can't travel. But Chakava, because of the literature, and he himself, he was a first class honors student, so he was actually a very good editor himself, and he enjoyed that.
You mentioned earlier about Doreen Baingana's story.
Yes.
There was something you had to remove because of the learners. But I'm thinking about the books that were published in the 70s, 60s, African Writer Series, those pick whatever, and some of them were of course set books. These books were not scared to be real. Like if you read going down River Road.
Yes, going down River Road. But I think there's also first of all awareness in terms of, because even the movies, they do the classifications and that. So the request normally is, we won't ask you to change the story, but there could be a word there, there could be something, because of the fact that these are our children, and it's the parents actually who are going to make noise when they see certain words and all that. But in literature, it's a dilemma for the publisher. It's a dilemma for the author. It's a dilemma because real life is different.
Well, it's not necessary. Okay, what about if somebody commits suicide in a story? Is it allowed today? Is it allowed?
I don't think. I don't think it is.
Because if you read "Weep Not Child,"
so it depends. It depends what level. So what happens is because some of these books are for grade 6, 7, and now they're reading. They're doing what is called extended reading. So for that one, you may want to do a "Weep Not Child" or whatever it is that you want for that level, which is like the children's edition or abridged edition. But then leave the other one when they grow up. When they grow
up. What about for the I meant for the high school? If the story has something like suicide, things fall apart, has suicide. Weep Not Child, this guy almost commits suicide. Is that allowed today? In a new, I know you would still bring that. I think the older ones, but as a new book for today. Is it allowed?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, because what happens also, you see those panels, they are also very subjective. And this is the thing about literature.
What about KICD? Does it allow it?
I wouldn't speak on behalf of KICD, but I wouldn't speak. But as a publisher, what you do is you imagine yourself. Imagine yourself, as one of those students and wonder whether, like the books, as we did Romeo and Juliet. But Romeo and Juliet is a bit, it's a bit covered.
It's not covered. These guys,
they
drew their swords upon themselves.
Okay.
Not once.
Yes, no. So for suicide, I think that's a different
case. And they even drank the poison.
We're talking about moral things.
Yes.
We're talking about these.
No, I was asking about
the suicide.
I don't just mean the moral thing. I wanted to ask about
suicide,
something like that. You could have a character who is a prostitute. She's not doing anything like prostitute in the story. But that's her life.
If it's hidden, I think if it's hidden, it's allowed. If it's coded, it's allowed. So coded language is.
But are you allowed to say she's a prostitute, or are you just allowed to hint?
I am not sure.
Okay.
You're
not sure.
I'm not sure.
You've been publishing those books.
Yes, but you see what happens is, you yourself as the editor makes the decision at some point. Before even you take the book to KCD, you say, how do we express this? If it's good, to be approved. If it's not, then it's going. So there are decisions that that the publishers have to make.
Okay, because I am not even talking about the lower private,
the
lower classes,
I get
the higher classes. Okay.
But most of the books have a school edition.
Yes.
So you'll see the river between. There is the raw, then there is the school edition, and this has been marked. School edition.
How do you change the school edition for Romeo and Juliet? Do they not kill themselves?
No, they can't kill them. They have to kill themselves.
Yes, but how do you how do you make that
so
a
they
school
have,
edition?
They have to
and you can't edit Shakespeare.
You can't. That one you have to decide whether suicide or death by suicide, as they say, is something that children should read. It's a decision that for us we did Romeo and Juliet. I loved it. I love the story.
Because I do think it's infantilizing the learners. you enjoyed
Yes, I
Romeo
did.
and Juliet.
But in high school, I enjoyed in high school.
So in high school, people should be allowed to read the reality of things.
Yeah.
Because we all read Meja Mwangi, Going Down River Road.
Yeah, but you've read some of the set books, like which ones? Tumbo Shiba, all these other set books. They're actually very cutting.
Yeah. But actually the set books that are allowed to be that way is the classical ones. I don't know if the set books, if you wrote a book today, I don't know if you would be allowed.
Oh yeah, if you wrote today, because those ones are
because there is a sense in which the classics are like it's an old book, so it's
no, but Tumbo Shiba is the contemporary anthology of stories. Tumbo Shiba. And even that title itself, it tells you something about our politics and everything.
And it's Kiswahili. Kiswahili is very respectful in a sense.
I think so.
Compared to English.
Okay.
Yeah, if you read Meja Mwangi, what do you call it?
Yes,
Going Down River.
Yes.
It's pretty
heavy.
Brazen.
Yeah, brazen. Yeah. But you can make a school edition out of it. Yeah, I think.
Is it possible?
I'm not sure.
Every single person in that book is called a bastard.
Yeah.
I don't know how you change that.
Yeah. By the way, it can be. But isn't Meja Mwangi more of a popular writer?
That was a classification by the academics, but I don't think.
I
don't think if you read, I don't think anybody would read Going Down River Road and say, this is not at the level. Like I read Going Down River Road. I read Cockroach Dance.
Yeah, I like that.
Meja Mwangi is our version of Franz Kafka.
Yeah,
Franz Kafka, Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Yeah,
that sort of.
It's true. That extreme
existentialism.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah, existentialism.
Yeah, and this dark. You are people. The characters are going into this dark place.
What happened to a publishing industry? They used to publish a lot of fiction. Then something happened around the maybe 90s, and it became more about textbooks.
Actually, you'll be surprised. If you go to the bookshop right now, there are so many books that have been done.
For school?
No, for schools, yes, but also even fiction.
For school, mostly.
Fiction for school?
No, like it's for school.
Textbooks.
The books you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about fiction.
Fiction?
Yes.
Not for school?
Not for school. Fiction, just fiction. Okay, some of it is sold for
no, I mean, schools. Like is it for children or for adults?
There are books for children. There are books for adults.
I have not heard of.
But I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I will tell you. This is the dilemma of publishers, and I've been in the industry for quite some time.
All right.
They say when we were in college, we were told the publishing house is the house between the bank and the church.
All right.
Between the bank and the cathedral.
Okay.
The publishing house is in between there. We have got a community responsibility, but we cannot discharge that community responsibility without the money.
Okay.
So the dilemma has been, so what you will see is you have to make money from the textbooks for you to be able to publish those fiction books.
All right.
Otherwise, what will happen is you'll close shop.
It's true, I agree.
So what happened was, and I've been bashed for this, for saying this. I know even after this I'm going to be bashed. Kenyans do not read those kind of books.
Which books? Fiction?
Fiction. They read less. So this is what happens.
Yes.
If you sold 1,000 copies of a fiction book in Kenya, or 2,000 copies, and I've been in the industries, I have the figures, they can challenge me. That's a bestseller. 2,000 copies. That's a bestseller in fiction.
True.
But I think before the phones and everything, there was a time where there was a revival of reading. People used to read. How many times do you see people in a matatu or somewhere, reading, enjoying fiction? Sometimes I travel long distances, like all the way to Germany or the US, and you know what we are doing as Kenyans?
Yeah.
We are vibing, we are talking.
Yeah.
Throughout the 14 hours. Yeah. So there's something that happened, yes. We can blame the publishers and beat them to death.
But what happened? The reason I'm asking this, there's a time what's his name? Professor Dr. Wanjala.
Yes.
Is it Wanjala?
Yes.
I don't remember. No, not Chris Wanjala.
Okay.
At KU. No, at KU.
Okay.
I don't remember his name.
Okay.
Makoha.
Yes.
You know him?
Yes.
Makoha.
Yes.
Is it Wanjala?
No, I can't remember the second name.
Wanjohi.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a time he gave a talk, and I was there and I heard it, and he was telling us about, like, I don't know if it was his father who was telling him about it. So in the 70s or the 80s or whatever, there was people are reading, and this was in Nairobi. People were, you know how we follow whatever is happening, the drama that is happening in the news, and you have to watch the news to know what's happening. Or if it's a TV show everybody is watching, you have to watch it so that you can take part in the conversation. So in this class in Nairobi, people are reading books and buying the new books coming out so that they can have the conversation topics. They can be well equipped to take part in those conversations.
And then you're saying something happened. I think I know what happened.
Yes. And now my question was, that was the 70s, and we had a very minimal educated or literate population, yet that small population was sustaining publishing. Yes. So I don't know.
So my theory is this.
Yes.
We have entertained ourselves to death.
Okay.
The coming of the phone is just one.
Okay.
There are so many distractions nowadays. There's a lot of distraction.
Okay.
From the phone. So the book is competing with TikTok and Facebook and all this, you know, and TV. TV also there's a time when TV was the thing.
Yeah, true.
And this is my theory about it. When I say Kenyans do not read those kinds of books, the ones who read get really offended. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I will say, like, with my friend George, we usually go. We make this feast of going to a bookshop to buy books.
Yeah, George reads a lot.
Yeah. So we make this feast of just going to the bookshop, and so I'm among the Kenyans who read. But if there were 20,000 people who are reading, that's enough to sustain a publishing industry.
True.
We'll be selling like 20,000 copies of a book.
True.
But now we're hardly selling 1,000. Do you know there's some books we sell 2 copies the whole year? Others 3,000, 300, others 100. Okay, we can say that the publishers have not marketed the book or whatever, but there's something fundamental wrong. And if you want to know there's something fundamental wrong about our art, look at our films, how they're struggling. And our films struggling. They are struggling. So people come for the publisher's head.
But how well I don't know.
They are connected.
How well are the films distributed?
Okay, whatever it is, art is art.
True.
So whatever is happening in one affects another. So we have got a very systematic and a fundamental problem.
Okay.
Beginning from home, the parent, to the government.
Alright.
How many government departments are enthusiastic about arts and literature?
None. They are not. Okay, they may be enthusiastic about music.
Yeah.
Or propaganda, but not literature.
Yeah. So this whole thing is like a whole chain. Begins at home. You know, how many parents are encouraging their children to read, getting them materials, reading for them, you know, the stories to them. It begins from home, to the school, to the community, to the community libraries, and all that, to the government. Yeah. But when everybody is unenthusiastic and then just leave publishers there to publish the books and expect a whole industry to be run by that, I mean, that way then, and by the way, it's not just a Kenyan problem. In fact, in Kenya, we're way ahead. Just go to a few, some of these African countries, you can even cry, even getting a bookshop in a place. You know, at least in Kenya, we've got a bookshop in, where? Kakuma, Turkana. I mean, you can go and get a bookshop almost in every corner. Yeah, so I think we've got a systematic problem.
What do you think of, there seems to be a sort of renaissance of...
I want to say something. Yeah. We have got kindred souls in Nairobi who read.
Yes.
They go to every book event. When I go to book events, I'm sure I'll meet Eric. I will meet Kahuma, Dhiambo. I will meet Chiku. I will meet there are people that are there. They will be there. I'll meet Ginny Marima. I will meet people. Those are the people who are sustaining the thousand.
But let me ask you: do you think we are having a moment where people are reading more? Yeah.
Yes. So what has happened now because of the independent bookshops like Nuria, the self-publishing and all that? There is a lot of writing. So now we have a revival. Let me use
but what about
Pentecostal.
What about a lot of reading?
Yes, and reading also, because they're reading the books they wanted to read. Yeah. So you can read.
So it wasn't that. So it wasn't people who were at fault.
No,
it was systemic.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
Because
it's a chicken egg situation.
You told me that it's the parents that are not,
No, it's also, I think there's some kind of revival among the Gen Zs in terms of reading, because they've known that you can actually, and writing.
We have a Gen Z here. Is it true?
Yeah. They've known that they can write and take the book to Nuria.
Yeah.
And Nuria will distribute it.
Okay.
They don't have to go and beg, somewhere for some bookshop to keep.
So it was always about production. Because if it was about production, then it was about the publishers.
No, it's not about production, because the books have been there. Some of the books have been, they have been there, but we are not seeing the. So for me, I'm talking from the practical sales side.
All right.
In terms of, if you sell 1,000 copies of your book,
how many copies were they selling in the 70s?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But if the same book, if the same book is a set book, then 250,000 copies, maybe.
No, like they were selling My Life in Crime. They were selling the Peak publisher, the Peak imprint of.
I don't know how many copies they were selling.
How many copies were they selling?
I'm not sure. I don't know how many copies they were selling, but
I think the point you made about the internet TV, because books were the entertainment of that time, so.
Yes,
books were the entertainment at that time. Even myself growing up, books were the entertainment compared to right now.
Yeah, right now somebody has to be very deliberate about what you're going to do in your spare time.
Children have video games. They have phones with TikTok,
and it's fun. It's more fun because dopamine, addiction and all that. Yeah. So anyway, but there are core group of Kenyans who read, who have been sustaining the small fiction. So for those ones, thanks a lot. Yeah. We need more people to read. Yeah.
But how do we grow this core? Well, we've seen Nuria has had a multiplier effect, but what else can be done that can have a similar multiplier effect? Because one Nuria has led to more books, more authors, and more authors has led to more audience, and more audience means more readers, right? And if each author comes with 100 readers and another one comes with another 100 readers, well, I know that's simplistic, but it sort of adds up the people reading.
I think I can begin for simple things like book clubs. And somebody was asking me the other day how we begin a book club. Just look for 5 enthusiastic friends who like reading in your estate or maybe near there. And then you say, let's give ourselves a challenge. Let's read Chimamanda's Purple Hibiscus or Muchama's Meet on Titas or whatever. Kinjiri Kombani, Gazemba, all that, whatever that is. And then you say, after 4 weeks, we meet to discuss this. What that will do, it will apply some pressure on, because you see, when we're just reading at your own leisure and pace, sometimes you need a little.
So people should join book clubs. Eh?
Yes, book clubs.
Start them.
Yes, and start them.
You don't have to be in Nairobi.
Yes, and then give yourself a deadline. Nowadays you can do things even online. Give yourself a deadline and say, like for me, the first time I read Purple Hibiscus some time ago was because of a book club, and I had to finish it within a month, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. By Chimamanda. Yeah. So you give yourself and say, 30 days, get the book, read. You have got to come and report. You have to come and discuss. So that little pressure is good. It can help you build a reading culture, because reading, just like any other skill and any other muscle, you have to do it over and over again. And at first, it's a struggle. Yeah. For every habit, that's a struggle at first. Yeah.
How did you manage and assess risks associated with digital platforms in the publishing space?
First of all, the biggest risk is your platform being hacked. The way you resolve that is that you can go for off-the-shelf system already built by maybe Amazon, for instance. I'm just giving an example. For a company, by a company, reputable company, or a big ed tech or something, and people who will manage the platform for you. So they'll take care of the security side of it. Because the biggest risk with digital platforms is if somebody hacks and then all your PDFs, are out there, then that's a problem. So the best way, the easiest, building could be a bit tough, but you'll take an off-the-shelf platform or app or whatever, and then you customize it to your needs. Just like the way we take ERPs and SAP and Salesforce and others, and then you take it. It's a system already there. It's already built. It's very secure, and then you customize it for your own needs. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the major risk is actually being hacked, and all the major nightmare for a publisher is for all their books to be, out there as PDFs.
What do you think of the publishing industry right now? Not I mean like the firms that exist, the big firms, yeah? Are they in trouble? With the new curriculum and
yes and no
and so on?
Yes and no. Yes, because when you're a big firm, you have got more costs.
Okay.
So if you don't do well, you are more at risk than a smaller firm.
Okay.
Maybe a family business that has got a few employees, maybe a sole proprietorship even, because publishing has got very low barriers of entry. Yeah.
So the economies of scale are also also a disadvantage.
Yeah, and also a fragmenting market, which is people are coming up with niche.
Okay.
Like for instance, this publishing house that I'm still thinking about. I'm thinking about a niche.
All right. Okay.
Where am I going to publish?
All right.
Now I'm going to contribute in the fragmentation
of publishing
of that niche.
All right.
Whatever it is that I decide to do. So I think that's a challenge, and the challenge that companies are facing in publishing is a challenge that they're facing elsewhere. Things are changing. Yeah.
What is causing the disruption?
Digital and digital AI, all those things we were talking about before. So digital is becoming even more 10x, if there's a word like that. Digital was a disruption enough on its own. Just being digital, automated, and everything was enough. Now it has been extended. Yeah. So that's one. Two, piracy.
Okay.
Piracy. There's a physical piracy of books, and then there's the digital piracy of books, which is like your books. There are PDFs everywhere. It hasn't happened much here, but it's happening. We have government arms trying to help with that, but people with phones and people can hack and people can do these things. They can still spread WhatsApp groups. Maybe you're in one where you are told, if you want this book, send 50 shillings. So there's all that. Yeah, there are challenges. But publishing is a very interesting industry.
Our books are dying breed. A dying thing, a dying technology.
They are not.
Are books under threat from digital?
I don't know what you mean by books, because books can be in different formats. So you're meaning print books.
No, books in general.
Books, no.
Like somebody was saying, with AI coming in, you get the information from AI. You don't have to read the book. I used to go to the library to get information until I got Google, right?
Oh yeah. So you're talking about getting facts, like maybe from a textbook or something?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because in literature, you have to, there's a particular way it has
because even with fiction, I needed to read a book to get a good story. Right now I could just, you talked about Lion King, right?
Yes.
Why read Hamlet when I can watch Lion King?
Yes. Yeah, that's
sort of the same story.
Sure. That's but there's a way you may want some depth, you may want some emotional, whatever.
Doesn't that make books more niche? The same way you said fragmentation. So it's like books will never target the masses again.
No, I think they will.
Yeah.
But they're changing formats. For instance, now Audible and all the others. So you are listening to the same book, but now it's being read to you.
But my question stands. You see, the very random person, Mama Mboga, is going to watch a movie, but will she read a book?
She may not.
Yeah.
She may not read a book, and that has not started now. It has been there. There's been the argument about, okay, I read the book. I read the book. Do I need to watch the movie? When you read the book, you realize there's so many things that have been left out. In the.
So what do we do to keep books relevant?
I think critics like us, we have to keep on. Do you know there are so many people who have read some books because somebody commented on them?
That's true.
So reviews, we should never get tired. Sometimes you think, man, this is too overwhelming. I'm just one person. How will I change? But actually, people read.
Sure.
Yeah. Some of them ask me for recommendations. Some of them, when they read a review, the thing about books, somebody has to whet your appetite.
True.
Yeah. It's like watching a movie trailer, and then you're like, oh yeah, let me go and watch this movie. So we need more spaces for that. And fortunately for us now that we have the internet and we have the websites, like I have my own website, because there are some platforms that have gatekeepers. I mean, most of the platforms have gatekeepers, the traditional platforms. And the books may not be given a big platform, but we have websites. We have got our social media handles. We have got, and personally I've gotten a lot of recommendations. Yeah, also from book reviewers, from online, because somebody has to tell you about a book for you to say, oh, let me go and check it out. Yeah, so let's continue reviewing the books. You can follow also reviewers on LinkedIn, on X, Facebook. That's what I do because I want good books. You can always only get good books from people who read good books. Yeah.
What do you think? Like you've talked about, I've mentioned the AI, search engines, social media, movies. So what is it about a book that makes it itself? Like what is the easiness of a book that you get this from a book, you can't get it elsewhere?
So I've even seen some apps that summarize, a fiction book.
Yeah.
They can summarize Iliad and Homer.
So why would I read the Iliad instead of the summary?
Because we don't read books specifically, especially fiction, for facts or for summaries. There is the voice. There is the way the play with words that you can't get in a summary. Like for instance, when Homer talks about, or the author of the Iliad or of Odysseus talks about men of twists and turns. That's a phrase that you may miss in a summary.
Yeah.
But there's so many other phrases like that. Yeah. Now, when you begin thinking about men of twists and turns, it opens up a whole world for you. Were these crooked men? Were they cunning men? Were they men that what kind of men were they? You see, so there's a way.
Books are portals for that.
Yes, there's a way to. We're talking about high order thinking.
Yes.
High order thinking won't be bit size. It cannot be summarized into a small. You are told that Odysseus left, went for the Trojan War and fought, and came back to Ithaca. Yeah, you've missed a whole world. Yes. There. So books are portals of thought that help us with high order thinking. Yes.
I had posted somewhere that you're coming here, and I asked people if they have any comment or anything to say. Let me read one. So Scholar Akinyi.
Yeah, I know. I've worked with that.
Scholar Akinyi says, worked under him and he served diligently. The truest leader.
Thank you. That's really kind.
Yeah, shout out to Scholar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to you, Scholar. Thanks a lot for that. Yes, we work together, and she's a good writer.
Yeah, and an editor.
An editor.
She edited my book.
Oh, okay.
That was
by
my
the way,
that's
yes.
my editor.
Yes, by the way, no, she's good.
Yeah, and I will work with her on the next.
Yeah, that's good.
So Peter Njao, he sort of writes something very nice here. He says, "John, our John, golden quill oozing melody, however hard the discourse."
Thank you.
I mean, you begin reading, and you must then finish. And then he asks, "Any published books?"
No, but they are coming. They are coming now.
Yeah.
You know when you are working in publishing, it's actually a conflict of interest to write. Most of the time it is, because, and this is the fear that management has. You could get a book from Eric,
oh, okay,
and claim that it's yours.
True.
And just change them, and then now the company is dragged in. So to forestall that, if you are a publisher, you can, in most of the publishing houses, unless you get special clearance. So I couldn't write. Now I can write. I've been
so that's like
unleashed.
That's like I don't know, like a Faustian bargain in a sense. I don't know.
Yes,
if it makes sense.
Faustian bargain. Yes.
The thing you said about Proust.
Yeah.
You got it, but then you didn't really.
Yeah. By the way, that's another person also, good.
Yeah.
Or they say Goethe.
Goethe.
Some of them good.
Oh,
good.
Okay.
So good. He wrote about the Faust.
Yeah.
About the Faustian bargain. And it's about this person. And dilemma, like growing up, we're told, we used to be told these folklores. The folklores are very powerful, and they had a place where maybe a kid has reached a point where they're supposed to choose between the mother and the father. You know, now I'm a young kid. I love my father, I love my mother. You're told you can only choose one. No, now in that story, the kid has reached a point where they have to choose. So I think Faust also, he reached a point where now the narrator had to make the bargain with the devil. Yeah. So yeah, it's a Faustian bargain, I can say.
Yeah.
And that's also classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is as good a place to call it an end. As you said, the story begins. What story was here?
Which one is that?
What story was here? A stranger comes
to town. Yes.
Are you a stranger who came to town?
Or a man who went on a journey?
Yeah.
I think I could be a stranger who came to town. This is a new place, man. I'm a tavern. This place is shining like heaven.
But it's a stranger who comes to town and gives us he gives us a perspective that we did not have, some wisdom, and this was a very good interview.
Thanks. It was easy. It was it was enjoyable. Yes. I've really enjoyed it. I like talking about literature. I don't get to talk about literature a lot. Yeah. So when I get,
but you do that in your column.
In column, but I'm talking about words.
Talking.
Yeah.
But I would imagine as a CEO, you would get to talk about it all the time.
No, I was talking about other things: operations, finance, and marketing, and also literature. Yeah.
Okay, so asante sana.
Thanks a lot.
So that was John Mwazemba, and this was Conversations in Literature. My name is Eric Rugara. Some people know me as Miyamoto Muswahili. Until next time, Conversations in Literature is sponsored by Nairobi Academic Press. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Roaring Simba Network.